Hello everyone, this is just a dad. Today I'm going to take apart the Keurig K Duo. So this K Duo was not working. I bought it broken off of eBay and it does not power up. I plug it in, the display's dead, nothing happens. I'm going to show you how to take it apart. Now ultimately I did not fix it. There was something else wrong with it, but at least I can show you how to take it apart and then I kind of explain how this machine works. Okay, so I've got the unit unplugged. I've got it turned upside down. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. I took the feet, these rubber feet off. There's no screws underneath the rubber feet on this one. So I'm going to take out these 5 screws. They're Phillips. Okay, so once you got the screws out, there's these little tabs. I just kind of pried that up a little bit, and then there's one over here. So then just work your way around with a screwdriver. There's these little tabs. You want to pry the outer panel towards you to get it to undo these tabs around. And then kind of flip it over and you can get a screwdriver in here and then just work this away around. So once you get those undone, this piece will start to come off. So this piece, once you get those tabs undone, it will just slide off. Okay, so there are 2 hidden screws right under here. You got to pry these off. I found like a little needle point kind of pries them off. Okay, so if you look on this left side here, this is the thermostat. There's a brown wire coming into the other side of this and then right here. So it measures when the tank overheats. Okay, so if you lift this little tab up, you'll get the thermostat. Slide this off. Again, make sure power is unplugged for this whole procedure. Okay, so you can also get, if you pry this piece off and push down on these tabs and push down right here, you can get this piece off too. Okay, so I've got continuity. My thermostat is okay. I've got continuity between, it's not open. And I went ahead and spliced the 2 wires together just to double check, and my unit is still dead. So it might, on this one, it is not the thermostat. Even though on a K Supreme, when the unit is dead, like there's no power up here and just completely dead, if the thermostat opens up, it's got a little reset button on it and you can reset it. But on this one, there is no reset, but this thermostat was okay and the unit is still dead. Okay, so I'm just going to discuss maybe what some of your problems might be, and we're just going to look inside this. I know some viewers have had water leaking, so it could just be as simple as a hose popped off and you just got to reattach it and put a zip tie around it. But here's where your water tank sits, and that's the water tank intake right there. There's a little plunger you push down on it. So here's the add water sensor. You'll see that it's located like your tank sits right about here, so when the water goes down, the water's going to go down in this little box here. So there's another tube that comes off the bottom of the reservoir. It goes right to this box. The top of this box goes to a vent. That's just an opening. So you got to make sure that vent is clear. Otherwise water won't go up in the box and it will always show that add water needs to add water. And the other tube, there's 2 tubes that come off this. There's one that goes this way. This is the one that goes to the pump that actually takes the water, runs it through the heating element and heats it up. So this tube here is just for the add water light, and that's an add water light box. When there's water between these 2 wires, the add water light will be off, but if the water drops down below these, there will not be continuity between those. Again, here we got the control board. I think my control board's fried because I got incoming power here. After it goes through the thermostat, it comes in on this blue one, and I've got my 110 volts AC right here. Okay, so it looks like as soon as the water leaves the reservoir, it goes into this box. And out of this box, it goes to this this water pump right here. Comes in the top and then goes out this tube right here. Now, if we follow that tube, it goes all the way to the bottom. There's your water tank. So there's the heating element in the bottom of the water tank. But we can see this Keurig keeps water in its water tank at all times. That's why you've got to prime it. When you first put water in it, you got to prime this so it won't put out as much as it should. Okay, so the water gets heated. It comes out this top tube, and it goes right here. So from what I can tell, this either directs it towards the K-cup or the carafe, is this little device right here. It's got electrical wires going to it. And if the water goes, if it comes out this tube, it's going to go to the carafe. That goes right here, which goes to the carafe shower head. If it comes out this top tube, if it comes out this tube, you'll see it goes, there's another tube in there, a little hard to see, but you can see it. It wraps around, it's going to go up and into the top of the Keurig, the K-cup side. So another common problem I hear about with these K-Duos is they'll select 12 cups and it only puts out maybe 6 cups on the carafe side. I'm not sure what causes that. To me, that might be like a timing issue or something, and I'm not sure what keeps the timing. I mean, definitely the control board, but not real sure on that problem either. Yeah, here's where we can see that top tube. It wraps around and goes up here, right to there. And then it goes from here to there, and then to the needle. So Keurigs like to have air pumps too. So this has an air pump right here. You can tell it's an air pump because it only has an outlet. It doesn't suck water in and push it out. So towards the end of the brew cycle, it's going to turn this air pump on. Air is going to come in this line, and it's going to go in this line, which basically goes to the top of the water tank to kind of clean out the lines. So the air goes into the top of the water tank to clean out the line from here on through. And it looks like the air pump also has like an overpressure. This is like a vent, like a hole, like a vent. So if it can't go that way, it'll go this way. Then here again, here's the logic board. Again, I think that's my problem on this one because I've got power coming in, but it's dead. There's nothing going out to the control head. So when we descale this Keurig, you're going to be descaling inside here. There's a heating element there, and water does stay. So when you run your vinegar through there, it's going to descale that area. This one has been used for a while, and the tubes are not that dirty. I know a lot of people fear that there's mold and stuff that grows inside these tubes, but I don't see that. I don't see inside the tank, but if you stay up on top of descaling, that should clean that. Yeah, and probably the single most thing I hear about is they select 8 cups and only brews 4 cups, and I'm just not sure about that one. If anybody knows what the trick is, leave them in the comments down below. This will definitely help out a lot of people. Again, it was not the thermostat on this one. The thermostat was fine, and the unit is still dead. When it's plugged in, there's absolutely nothing on the display. Thanks everybody for watching. Check out my video on the Keurig Case Supreme Plus. I show you how to fix it. I'm also going to be taking apart, I bought a broken Keurig Case Select. I'll be taking it apart and seeing how to fix it. I brought a Case Slim that was broke. I'm going to see how I can fix that one. Check out my Just a Dad merchandise. If you look right down below the video, the merchandise should be right there. I also put a link to it in the show description notes. If you click on the See More, you'll see a link to my store home front. And on my YouTube page, you'll see a tab for store. I've got these really nice Just a Dad mugs. So thanks everybody for watching. And if you could, please like and subscribe.